down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, welcome to another exciting episode of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brezzy.
and we are here today with another two-part episode. Well, not really. It's kind of like a one and a part of one because I'm going to talk a little bit about a movie. But first of all, let's look at my neon shirt. Just kidding. Let's look at the new neon sign behind Breezy. Woo!
Woo!
It's the
I
big
love
time.
it.
I love it too.
I love it. It also blinks too. So
Oh, nice. Cool.
yeah,
That
I love it.
and I have my closet. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So anyway, what other exciting news besides the sign? What other exciting news do we have in the world of horror
Well,
today?
I got this bad boy
Oh,
too, so you
look at that.
guys can hear me. But I can't have it too far close to my face. Or it's going to echo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Part of the fun of learning technology. Your next purchase is some headset,
Yep.
some
That's my
earphones.
that's my next. Yep.
Yeah. But that
Because over
microphone,
here it sounds like it's goofy, but
I think it sounds good.
happily.
Uh, that microphone though looks like you could kill like Jason with it though, or something. Like
Right?
if Ghostface tried to attack you, you could like whap him with that, and that'd be the end.
Pretty much.
So what kind of news do you have for us today?
So the news that I have updated is Nightcrawler coming to Netflix according to Games Radar,
Okay,
and I guess that's going to be on UK Netflix. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the US on US Netflix,
okay,
but according to them, it's like 100% Rotten Potatoes.
uh-huh,
I was like, oh, that must be really good if it's 100%.
yeah, for sure.
And that will be airing April 12th. And then we got Saw, the newest Saw that's coming out. It's delayed one
Oh,
year. So now it's going to come into September 25, according
okay,
to comic book, which that sucks.
yeah, definitely. For sure.
Because I was wanting to see that. Like, it's supposed to come out this September.
Mm-hmm.
If I correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. And then we got Late Night with the Devil streaming on Shudder on April 19th. And then we got Sting that's coming in theaters this weekend.
Oh,
And that's
cool.
all the horror news I got for you today.
Nice. That's a lot of good stuff coming up.
All right.
Yeah. Um, and so this week, we're gonna talk about the movie Night Swim. I keep wanting to call it like Dark Water or like the Pirates of Dark
Well,
Water, Adult Swim. No, Night Swim.
well, Darkwater kind of, yeah,
That's kind of
relates to
that.
it.
Yeah, exactly. First, though, our original plan was going to be to talk about the movie Stop Motion. Um, and honestly and truthfully, it was so boring. I told Breezy not to even watch it because I hated it. And I wanted to like it so much because I love the Puppet Master series with Blade and Pinhead and Torch. And the early ones use a lot of really cool stop motion animation. And so I was excited to see this. I saw the trailer for it. And what I can tell you is the parts that are stop motion animation are really, really, really cool and creepy, but that's only about 12 minutes of the movie, and the rest of the movie is just a really boring, dull, dumb story about the woman making the stop motion figures. And it's just, I don't know. To me, it was predictable and it was stupid. And it like basically the only way the story made any sense is if the woman was insane, and then turns out, spoiler alert, she's insane. The end. It's like it was just dumb.
What?
Yeah, there's
I
more to
mean,
it
I
than
like
that.
I like Puppet Master too, but it's oh, like I never seen it. And it was like the previews look good. Well, I'm
Basic,
like,
basically, it's a woman and her mom is a stop motion animator, and she has arthritis, so she can't do it anymore. So she's making her daughter do it, and she's kind of mean about it. And then in like the first minute of the movie, she has a stroke, and so the daughter decides she's going to make the movie without her to finish it. and then she
Mm.
can't think of how to do it, and then a little girl comes and starts telling her all these weird, bizarre, twisted ideas that no normal little girl should ever have. And then she starts making things like stop motion figures out of like dead animals and stuff. And then it turns out the little girl was all in her head, and then she kills her friends, and then she like maybe kills herself. It's a little vague, but I'm making it sound better than it actually is. My recap is better than the actual movie.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, you're saying it's like so dry and dumb and boring, and you're sitting here explaining, all these different things.
I'm like, she makes things out of dead animals. It's so boring and dumb. You're like, wow, that sounds actually really sick and cool. But no, maybe I don't know. Maybe I was just in a bad mood. Maybe I gotta. Maybe there wasn't enough stop motion animation in it. I think to me it felt like it was trying to be really deep and really artistic, and it just came across as really sort of just bleh, like I don't care. But
Well, maybe I should give it a go and see how I feel about it.
there you go. You can come back you can check in and see if you'll be like, Matt, you are a complete idiot. That was the best movie I ever saw. Or you'll be like, that was stupid. You were right.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, it's kind of stupid. Or, Matt, really?
Yeah.
You're just not having a moment or having a day or something.
That could be the stop motion part is really cool. And like if they had just released that and put it on the internet with like a vague description that it was found on the deep web, it probably would have went viral and got 5 million views, because it is creepy and weird. But I don't know. The little girl bugged me. That's the bottom line, is the little girl bugged me the whole movie.
Wow.
Yep. Anyway, maybe you'll like it. This will be
Well,
fun. I think this is a good idea. You should watch it and check back instead of us talking at the same time about it. Or
yeah, I'm pretty good about like giving a movie a try. I'm like, even though that, oh, it's boring, I'm like, I'm gonna try it and see if it's boring too.
yep.
I'm like, yeah, this is kind of boring.
Yep. So anyway, that's all I have to say about stop motion. So then I noticed that Night Swim is just brand new on Peacock. It is now available for streaming, I think just this last week. So I said, well, hey, since this is
Mm.
new on Peacock, let's talk about Night Swim. And I think it was actually a much better movie. What do you think of Night Swim, Breezy?
I actually I didn't see it in theaters, but I seen it on Fetch Fruit when it came out. It was but I was actually still in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I actually kind of like it. It was actually kind of given this like eerie feeling in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And like the second time, me and Matt were talking about that, we were actually watching at the same time,
Yeah.
which that's kind of really awesome to do. But
Right.
I was like, I'm like, yeah, you mentioned that it was filmed in Minnesota. I was like, yeah, this lady was saying like, oh, in the Twin Cities. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it the first round, but the second round I watched it, I'm like, oh, Twin Cities? Then
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to replay it back. I'm like, oh, she did say that.
I was like, because the realtor it's the very beginning of the movie, and or well, not the very beginning, but she's selling the house with the pool, the magical pool. And she says, oh yeah, it's just a short drive from the Twin Cities. And I was like, wait, the Twin Cities? Like, is it the Twin City? Like, I was like, for serious, for like, is there more than one Twin Cities? And then it's like, no, it's the Twin Cities. It's Minnesota. And then it's like, whoever made this movie didn't do their research, because we have like 9 months of winter in Minnesota. We don't have a ton of pools up here.
Right.
But then you found out it was actually filmed in California, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry, there's no way. I had a feeling that there wasn't, it's that type of thing.
Right.
Filming in Minnesota with that large of a pool, I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
I mean, people do have pools in Minnesota, but I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're not used very often, because unfortunately we get a lot of snow and cold.
Yeah.
Um, but so let's talk a little about the movie. It So there's a pool, and the guy is he's a baseball player, but he's injured. He has, what is he, MS? And so he's like
I
getting
think it was
weaker.
MS, yeah, because he couldn't like walk or Well, he was using his hands. He couldn't really throw no more. So I'm
Right.
assuming it was MS.
Yeah, I think they said MS, and he had a cane, and it was getting worse, and they were looking at houses, and then the doctor said, well, you should do physical therapy, blah blah blah. One of the best things you can do is swimming. And he's like, well, hey, since she said swimming is good, let's buy the house with the pool. And so then they're cleaning it out, and he gets a nasty, he's digging in the drain with some goop, and he gets a nasty cut on his hand. That part kind of freaked me out, actually. I don't want to dig in
What?
some goofy drain, get a cut on my hand. You get who knows what kind of tetanus, bacteria. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that freaky, but
Well, actually, that could be true too. Like
right.
tetanus and bacteria. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. And then it's like right after that, isn't it, when like the black goopy water starts coming out of the, like right after he cuts himself, it's like it tasted his blood, and it's like blah, 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 blah,
It
blah,
kind of
blah,
like
blah, blah, blah,
reminds me
blah.
of like kind of like really, really bad sewage water.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me
And
of.
that is what it reminds me of. Actually, honest to God, I was renting a basement of a house, and there was a problem where when you ran the washing machine, the sewer would back up into the sink. And it's
Ah,
pretty, yeah, got that fixed pretty quick. But that's what it reminded me of.
wow.
Yeah, that place was a slum.
Yeah.
We could do a horror episode just about that place. But um, moving on. So anyway, um, oh, they find out that um, he's feeling really good after swimming in the pool, and then turns out the cut on his hand is like magically healed. And it seems like the more he swims in the pool, the better he gets. But the pool is mean to the other people. Like the kid, his little son goes in there and is diving, and he's like his dad is supposed to throw quarters in the pool so he can dive for him, and his dad's not there yet, but the quarters start flinging themselves into the pool while the kid's underwater, and he thinks the dad is there, and then it turns out that it's not, and then he hears a voice. What does he hear? What happens?
Well, back before they bought the house, there was original owner that owned it, and there was a little girl that actually played in there
Mm-hmm.
before these owners came in
Yep.
because it was for sale. But there I think there was like this little girl that was playing with. I think she was like grabbing like a Barbie doll or something like that, try to grab, and then she fell in. And
Mm-hmm.
then she's seen this like ghost figure and
Mm-hmm.
pull her in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they didn't really explained what
Mm-hmm.
actually happened to her, if she actually died, or
Right. Yep, that's good. That's important. At the very beginning of the movie, they show a little girl, and she has a brother who's very, very, you can tell he's sick. He's hooked up to a bunch of machines, and she sees a toy floating in the pool, and so she's gonna go get it. And then she falls in and appears to have drowned or disappeared or something, and they don't really explain it. So anyway, as the little boy is swimming in the pool, he hears a voice saying, "Help me! I'm looking for my mom." And it sounds like it's coming from the drain on the side of the pool. And so
yeah,
he
it's like
goes,
creepy in a way.
it is, isn't it? It gives like, and when the lights, yeah, one of the creepy things they do is since it's called night swim, a lot of times they're swimming at night, and there's like these big lights in the pool, and then they start
Mhm.
blinking whenever something haunted is going to happen, and they go like, "Burp, burp, 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 burp," like this electrical buzz as they
Yeah.
blink on and off. It's a burp, 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 burp. It's like a evil duck coming at
Well, at
them.
least
No, I'm
it
just
like
kidding.
gives you like a warning, like, okay, this spirit's gonna come.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and get you and drown you or something like that.
Yep. Oh, and the cat went missing too. The cat was on the diving
You know
board.
that was sad.
Yeah. That poor cat.
Yeah, I know, right?
The cat is like officially, like the cat never does come back either. It like
No, it does not.
spoiler alert, the cat did not make it. The
Yeah,
cat
that
was on the
that one.
diving board and got sucked in like like it pulled it under.
And I was like, oh no, don't cat, don't cat, and then all of a sudden there's no cat. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So those drains on the side of pools are gross and weird anyway. But the kid goes over there and he hears a little girl calling out of it, "Help, I need my mom." And he reaches his arm in like a moron, and he pulls out this big goopy, gross, like seaweed looking thing. And then it turns into like swamp thing in there. And it's like a zombie or something. Anyway,
Wow.
Yeah, it has like a green swamp monster or something.
Oh, it actually kind of similar. It was like a swamp monster because there was like a demon in there, like that looked like a very, very old man.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. And then there was like you start to see some of the other ones, and there's one that almost looks like a vampire, but I think he's just the really old clothing and stuff. And there's one
But
kind of bloated looking one.
yeah, I think there's like a whole family, but I think the main one is that little girl that actually drowned before the new owners came in. And
Yep.
I think that it all round wraps around with this little girl.
Yep, I think so. And then they found out that the pool is a natural spring, like it's fed from groundwater. And they're like, huh, that's interesting. Maybe that's what gives it its healing properties. And then
Mm.
um, the mom decides she better investigate this. More weird stuff happens. What other kind of things happen in the pool?
They also had a pool party.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They had that pool party and everybody was swimming in it and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like his dad, like the kid's dad goes on top of, this, they were playing, what is it
Chicken.
called? Yeah, chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all of a sudden like he was like underwater and he would grab this like kid and hold them down
Yeah.
while this like huge ass like spirit was going like in his like mouth and
Yeah.
he was just sitting there just like holding on to this kid and then finally he let go and you see this kid that has like huge ass like bruise marks because he was holding on so tight.
Yeah. That was creepy. He was like the dad was underwater, and it looked almost like black ink or something came blow like a spirit, but also like cloud went up through the water into his mouth, and he's like,
Like kind of like an octopus ink.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he was like clutching the kid down and backing up into the deep end, basically trying to drown them both. And so then after that, and then they're like, oh, that was just part of his disease. He can't control his muscles. And they're like, yeah, right. Just stay away from us from now on. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hmm.
And so then the mom decides to check out she finds out that there's a whole history of people that have owned this house people have gone missing, like someone from the family has gone missing. So she goes and finds the mom of the little girl, and she's talking about her son, who is some sort of diplomat and has saved thousands of lives in the Middle East and is like this big important person and all this. And it's like you're thinking, huh, well, when they showed him as a kid, he was in a hospital bed with all kinds of tubes around him, and he must have made a miraculous recovery. Well, then that's when she reveals that there's a water spirit or something, a healing spirit that lives in the pool, and it'll heal you, but you have to make a sacrifice to it, and you
You,
have to
you mean you mean like the mom from the daughter?
yeah, the mom that lives in the there's too many moms. There's two moms
Yeah.
talking. It's the
Yeah.
mom of the little girl that drowned in the pool and the mom of the family that's currently living in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, and I should probably look at the actual characters'
Yeah, and she
names.
was actually like crying, like with, the it looks like when a woman cries, you get that mascara,
Uh
but
huh.
it's actually like the ghost looking. So
The
she was pretty much possessed.
Yeah, the inky black octopus ink
Yeah.
water. And so she says that the pool will heal people, but you have to sacrifice someone to it. And so she sacrificed her little girl so that her son would be healed. And they showed that while the girl was drowning, the mom knew about it and locked the kid in the room. So the boy locked the boy in the room so he couldn't go help her. So it was all intentional. And then
Yep.
about that time, she has a fountain that starts going crazy, and black goopy water starts coming out of her mouth and eye sockets, and she's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, it's time to head out of here. So she left, and then they went to talk to the family, but then the dad was in full possessed mode, and there was a final confrontation. His daughter beats him with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
Uh,
they were beating the crap out of him because they don't want him be in the
mhm.
water.
And there
And they're
was
trying to figure out like we should like not put him in the water and hopefully he can the possession can leave and bye bye, but nope, he actually chooses to walk in the water and he actually sacrifices himself. Oh no, sacrifice his kids so you won't, so the kids won't get possessed or get killed or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, the deal was that his son, who they've kind of all throughout the movie said was like kind of struggling at sports and kind of felt inadequate or kind of felt, maybe overshadowed by his dad and sister. And the Waters plan was sacrifice the son so that the dad can be healed and get back to his major league baseball career. And after
Yeah.
getting the sense beaten back into him, the dad figures out what's finally happening, and he's like, nope, I'm not going to let that happen. So he makes the ultimate sacrifice and dives into the water and
I mean,
saves.
I would too.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last thing they show is that the family is going to stay in the house because they said, well, if we sell it, another family's going to find it. So they decided they're going to keep the house, but then they show a big bulldozer with dirt, like,
Yeah.
and that's the end of the pool.
Just
So,
take it away.
yeah,
I would.
exactly.
Like, do you really want to swim in there with a whole bunch of demons and all that shit going on?
There,
No.
there is a part when the pool is trying to towards the end, the little boy falls in the pool and like the pool possesses the tarp and tries to put it over the top to trap him in there. And then his mom dives in to save him. They said something earlier that she grew up in like a Navy family and had been doing diving drills since she was a little girl or something. So they established that she was good in the water. And she dived in, but like the pool was like a mile deep, like
Oh,
supernaturally, and it was like all full of like spirits and demons and vampire looking guy. And then the little girl is the one that showed her because she was going to swim down, and then she flipped the coin so that it went. She saw that she was going down instead of up, and then she was like, "Oh shit!" And then she saw the top way,
yeah,
way
I
up.
actually kind of like that scene right
Yeah,
there.
that was a really cool scene. And then like how the camera view rotated
Mm-hmm.
180 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah,
Overall, it's a good movie. I kind of liked it.
yeah, I liked it a lot. So how many buckets of possessed black octopus demon water will you rank?
Like Octopus Inc.
Yeah, octopus.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's not really my favorite and go-to. I want
Right?
to say maybe like five.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Five, right down the middle, because I didn't hate it. I'd rather watch it than Leprechaun
Or
or
stop
or
motion.
stop motion, exactly, or Ghostbusters. I think I liked it better than Ghostbusters Frozen Empire even. Um,
Oh, geez.
yeah, but not as good as say um like a Terrifier, for example. But nothing
Oh,
what
yeah.
is as good as that. But
Yeah. Who's going to top that one?
honestly, I think I like Teeth better than Night Swim. I don't know, maybe not. What
Oh.
did I give Teeth? What did I rank that? I'll have to go back and listen to my own episode and see what I ranked it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember if you did rank it or not.
It's mysterious.
What's your
um,
favorite scene in that whole movie?
um, my favorite scene is actually I think the one we talked about before, where she's swimming in the water and the pool suddenly seems like it's much deeper than it is, and all the people that have drowned before, plus some that look like they're just straight up demons, and they're all like kind of swimming around her and pulling at her and all that. That's
Hmm.
just a really cool scene.
I really don't really have a favorite scene on my end. I think I just like the whole like Deemish, Incus, whatever you want to call it, in the pool that comes after you.
Yeah,
I do like that. They did it really well done with, with the possession and coming out in the water because that's different. You usually so used to like in churches or but
yeah.
it's in the water.
It's a little bit different kind of supernatural. It's not just
Yeah.
hell and demons and God and the devil, but it's more like a nature spirit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's really
different.
cool.
That's what I like the most.
Hmm. I changed my mind. My actual favorite thing of the whole movie is when the kids, when he hears the girl calling for help, and he looks in drain on the side of the pool, and he pulls out the weed, and then it turns into like a hand and grabs at him. And then when
Yeah.
they show, and you can see inside the drain like this much, like just the top of a head go down, like a really creepy head is in there. It's
Yep.
almost like it in the sewer drain, but way creepier actually.
Really?
I think. Well, that head. I think. Yeah, maybe not. I
I was
might.
gonna say, it's more creepier in the drain than this one.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. It,
I don't
it
know.
it's a clown. He looks ridiculous in the drain, but that is creepy though. What's he doing down there? That's the whole point. You don't know.
Because he wants some candy and all that
Right.
stuff and popcorn and wants to steal your soul. So,
We all float
oh
down
yeah, we're all
here.
float down here. So,
Exactly. We've been kind of all over the place in this episode.
that's all right.
Yep. Exactly. I'm trying to think of a trivia question right off the top of my head. Just shooting from the hip. Do you got anything, Breezy?
Not that I know of right now. No,
Me
you put me on
either.
the spot on that one.
You're right, exactly. I don't know anything about. Name another movie with water in.
Well, there's tons of movies with
I
water in
know.
it.
I'm
Like
just
we
being
got like Jaws. You got Jaws 2. You got 47 meters down.
Piranha.
A
Piranha
Piranha
3D.
3DD, and you got the
All
original.
the Jaws movies.
Yup.
What's that M. Night Shyamalan water movie? That's something different.
Oh,
The Shape of
I've seen
Water.
that one.
Yeah.
Is it like old it's old something, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think. I know what you're talking about too.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah, I can't water.
water.
Sometimes Jason goes with the water.
Oh yeah, Jason's always in the water.
Yeah.
Camp Crystal Lake. The Abyss. Deep Star 6. I haven't actually seen that. I just remember seeing the poster of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So, oh my gosh, we're getting the warning that our meeting's going to end. We better wrap it up. So that concludes another episode of Talk Bloody to Me. But I think I'd like to say, please comment, like, share, and subscribe, and give us some suggestions of what movies you want us to watch. It can be old, it can be new, it can be in between, it can be stupid, it can be funny, but as long as it's got some sort of horror aspect to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any last words, Breezy?
No, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening, and please give us movie reviews because we like doing that.
Exactly. That our best movies we've had so far have been listener requests, I think. So
Oh yeah,
keep them
definitely.
coming. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.